To our second video. Before we go into the predictions, I have a very let's have a feedback session, guys. Basically, a feedback session. I find it very disturbing that there are people who assume that football prediction analysis is a Ponzi scheme, a get rich quick scheme, right? I find it very frustrating that there are people who would use their life savings or very huge sum, amount of monies to bet on football. That is so wrong. There are people who invest their rent, their bride price, you know, important sums of money. That is not how you do football betting. This is not gambling, right? If football betting was gambling, I would never go into it. We are using data and analysis to make investment decisions based on the results of football matches. So what that means is that you have to have a budget, a set budget for every game, and it should be a budget that you are comfortable with. If you are winning on a consistent basis, sure, you are free to increase the amount. But would it make sense for you to win today and then you go from 0 to 100 in terms of how much you've increased the next amount you are going to use to bet? That's more or less what some would call foolhardiness. So I've seen a number of people reach out to me and tell me this is what they've been doing. And it's sad. Personally, I have a set amount that I set aside for these purposes. And I only increase it when I know I'm doing well. So please, let's be wise in 2024. Let us not allow financial difficulties, frustrations to push us into making decisions that will further sink us into depression. So have a set amount of money, increase that amount of money over time. And if you are winning, if you are not winning, don't double the next amount you are going to use to bet. Anyways, I've taken time to analyze four matches that give a total of 2.66 odds, and I'm going to take you guys through the games. The very first game we have here is Lyon. It's a very important game, critical to Leo qualifying for the Champions League. That's how critical this game is. It's from the France League One. We need to look at Leo at home. It's interesting that this Leo team is averaging a minimum of 2.5 goals at home. Four out of its last five matches has produced 2.5 goals. Lyon away from home, as you can see, they're averaging 2.5 goals as well. Five out of the last five games have produced two or more goals. You take a look at their head to head. They've met more recently, but the head to head shows you that this is a fixture that has produced 2.5 goals also three out of five times. And the reason why this game will be very critical for both teams is we need to look at the standings. And when you look at the standings, you will see that Leo is position four, right? Um, 3 points today will keep them in a position where they can automatically qualify for the top four. Sorry, there is a repair work going on in my apartment. Please bear with me. There's a repair work going on in my apartment. Bear with me. So what that means is that they need to win this game convincingly and also score a number of goals. Lyon is also trying to see if they can potentially get into the top six so they can qualify for the Europa Conference League. So they will also do everything possible to win well today. So what are we going for? Given that both teams score and concede, we are going with over two goals. And the odd for over two goals is 1.39. The next fixture is from the Italy Serie A. It's a game involving Udinese and Napoli. Now, Udinese is fighting for relegation. They're trying to see how they can stay afloat and not be relegated. And it's quite interesting that this team is averaging a minimum of 2.5 goals when they play at home. Right? They concede and also score as well, which is a good thing. Napoli away from home is also averaging 2.5 goals away from home. Head to head shows that this fixture constantly produces goals whenever they meet. When you check the standings, you further understand the real significance of this game for the two teams. Napoli is position 9 with an outside chance of potentially qualifying for the Champions League. So, five teams will qualify for Champions League from Italy. Five teams. Now, if they win today and hope that Roma loses a couple of points, who knows? Perhaps they can get in there. Udinese needs to win this game. Udinese needs to win this game. Udinese is 39 points, 29 points, and I think 4 points separates them from outside of the relegation waters. So they need to score, and they will score. Napoli is also going to score to see how they can potentially, hopefully qualify in the top seven so they can play in the Europa League. So what am I predicting? I'm predicting over two, given that the stakes are very high for the teams involved, for both Udinese and Napoli, you should expect goals. So I'm predicting over 2 goals, and the odd for over 2 goals for this matchup is 1.39. The next fixture we have is from the Nigerian MPFL League. It's Remo Stars Rivers United. Remo Stars has been a revelation. 5 games, 5 wins. You expand further, and it's interesting that Remo Star hasn't lost a single game in their last 10 matches. Isn't that interesting? Whenever they've played at home, they've won every single time. You expand to 15 games, and the last time Remo Stars lost a game was when they hosted uh, this team, Doma United. So this is an excellent team by all standards. Rivers United has been in very poor shape. 4 losses and just 1 win away from home. Not good enough. And the game they won wasn't even in the league. It was a CAF Confederation Cup. So in terms of domestic performance, they've been very poor as they have lost 4 times. Now, when you look at their head-to-head, they have met more recently than this. It's quite unfortunate that this website doesn't have data for recent meetings. But what is also critical is that Remo Stars, when you look at Remo Stars, they want to win the league, right? They're position 2 versus the team that is position 1. Same number of points with the team that is position 3. If they fail to win today, they'll really struggle to challenge Enugu Rangers for the title. They need to win the league. So they will do everything possible to pick a maximum result of 3 points in today's game. So we are going with a home win for Remo Stars at odds of 1.36. And finally, from the Iran Persian Gulf Pro League, we have Sepahan versus Esteghlal. This home team has been great. 5 matches, they've lost once in 5 games. We are just going to consider their last 5 meetings. Now, when you look at the away team has won just once in 5 games. Head to head shows that this home team always dominates. They always beat this away team. When you check their standings as well, it's interesting that um, that the home team, right, is position 3, trying to see how they can challenge for the title or even the top 2. The away team, on the other hand, is destined for relegation as the bottom placed team. So we are going to do a draw no bet for the home team, and the odd is just 1.09. And of course, we have the booking code for your benefit. And I want to wish you guys nothing but the very best. Please stake wisely and be wise.